What is shaking? A little off script today. Usually we're around 1. This time we're around noon. A little after noon. The reason being is we were trying to work out a guest, didn't quite come to fruition. And then we have a guest tomorrow. So we're like, what are we going to do today? And we decided, hey, let's just jump on. Let's just jump on, do something. Got a few things I want to talk about. Tomorrow, Mike Tirico, Sunday Night Football. He'll be doing NBA this year for NBC as well. One of my former partners, calling basketball games. So Mike's going to join us tomorrow. We'll talk a little hoops, talk a little Falcons and Niners. So that'll be fun. I haven't talked to Mike in a little while. One of my favorite guys and just a good dude, solid dude. So that'll be fun to talk to him. And then Friday we'll do our normal thing. And then the following week, hopefully we'll get the Steve Kerr show kind of up and running, and then do our every other week between him and Drew, pending schedules, of course. And so I got to start off with baseball as we go 2-0, 2-0. ALCS 2-0, NLCS 2-0. Different games. I mean, Seattle has kind of owned Toronto for the most part, certainly in the second game. And they're kind of a fun team to root for. I as an Angel fan, don't love them because they're in the AL West. But as a fan of baseball, they're a fun team. I like watching them play. Rosarena's fun to watch. The Big Dumper's fun to watch. I like Rodriguez. He's cool. Like, there's really nobody on that team to root against. Like, there's nobody on the team you go, I can't stand that guy. And then I got Woo, my guy pitcher, Woo, from Alameda High. So Brian Woo, I don't know if he's going to start, if he's going to be like an emergency pitcher, maybe pitch game 5 if they need him, an extra innings guy you could stick in there. Not sure, but he's back on the squad, as they say. What word am I looking for? He made the roster in the ALCS. So yeah, I'd like to see Seattle do something, and then obviously in the National League, I'd like to see Milwaukee do something. But you gotta score a little bit, and that's the thing about the Dodgers. What do the Dodgers and Mariners have in common? Pitching, and like lots of it. Just the Dodgers is way better than everybody else's. And that was something that maybe not a lot of people talked about. I'm sure a lot of baseball people did. And a lot of people are starting to figure this out. I'm not going to say like, hey, look, I've known about this. Everybody's kind of known about this. It's just hitting. Everybody wants to talk about hitting. Everybody that saw Moneyball. I love Moneyball. Fun movie. You know, Brad Pitt's in it. Brad Pitt's cool. Jonah Hill, cool. I mean, the movie's cool. And they love the movie. But let's not kid ourselves. What did that movie talk about? The A's and Billy Beane and the genius of the on-base percentage and not giving up outs and not stealing bases and not blah, blah, blah and blah, 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 blah. Guess what the movie didn't mention? Didn't mention Zito. Didn't mention Hudson. Didn't mention Mulder. I'm not even sure who the fourth guy was on that team. Was it Harden? Was Harden? I don't know if Harden was there yet, but that team was stacked pitching wise. It wasn't just about the hitting. In fact, you go back and look at that team. The reason they won all those games was mostly because of the pitching. So you look at the Dodgers. It's fun to talk about Ohtani, who's been incredible, except for the last 24 at bats, 25 at bats. Mookie. Not a great year for Mookie. Freeman got off to a great start. Yeah, waned in the middle. Got back to being pretty, solid numbers. Freddie Freeman type numbers. Teoscar Hernandez has been kind of the guy in the playoffs. He's come up with the big hits for him. Muncie's the guy that can obviously hit. Hernandez kills lefties. So, yeah, they can hit. But the reason they win, and especially when they're completely healthy, look at that pitching rotation. You have a possible ace, a guy that has ace stuff, but we don't know if he's an ace yet because he hasn't put it together for a full season. Roki Sasaki, he's your closer. Struggled a little bit last night, but I mean, you have a 1 or a 2 as your closer. Glass now, 1 or a 2. Yamamoto, 1 or a 2. Ohtani, 1 or a 2. Snell, 1 or a 2. You can make the case they're all aces. At worst, they're 2s. At worst. I don't know. No other rotation can boast that. None. And they've even been hurt 2 years in a row in the regular season. You go back and look, Ohtani didn't pitch till what? 100, maybe 10 games gone through the season. He started pitching a little bit. Glass now missed a bunch of games. Snell missed a bunch of games. Sasaki missed a bunch of games. I think Yamamoto was the only starter that got to 30 starts in the season. And yet when they're healthy, they don't have a weak spot. Their weak spot's the bullpen. That's the weak spot. Well, let's go ahead and fix that. One game, they went Glass now and Sasaki at the end. Those are 2 starters, 2 really good starters, 2 high-end starters that are your 8th and 9th inning guys. Now, they won't continue to do that because Glass now is now going to start. But Sasaki can still be the guy to get the job done. He didn't get the job done last night. Trinan had to come in and finish it off for him. It's kind of a bummer. It's kind of hoping Terang would find a way to get on base. But the high strike. Churio, man, that guy's a stud. But the Dodgers, not only do they have the hitting, but when they're not hitting, and the top of the order isn't hitting. I mean, last night, who was it last night? It was Hernandez. It was Muncy. It was Pajas, who hasn't hit at all. But he came up with a big hit last night. I mean, it's just the Brewers don't have, and especially with Woodruff being out kills them. Because that was like, it was Peralta and Woodruff were their guys. Those were their 2 guys. Those were the 2 guys that can match up with anybody in the Dodgers rotation. After that, it gets a little dicey. The Brewers have already had to go 2 bullpen games. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing, isn't it? A bullpen game in the playoff? Not quite Morris versus Smoltz. Bullpen. It doesn't compute. It shouldn't be that way. It is that way. That's the way baseball is nowadays. I mean, the Brewers are scrappy. I get it. I want them to win, obviously. Well, I'm not rooting for the Dodgers. I actually bet on the Brewers to win the World Series a few months ago. So, I'd like to see them get to the World Series and have a shot. And they're scrappy, and they don't strike out a bunch, and they play good defense. The bullpen's pretty solid, and the rotation when healthy is good. But it's just a little. I mean, it's the Dodgers. It's the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers are just got the pitching, got the hitting, got the speed, got everything that you would want. And then I didn't get a chance to talk about it because I didn't do a show after the game or the day. Has anybody? I'm going to answer this for you. No, you haven't. And if you have, you're lying. Seen an 8-6-2 unassisted double play? Craziest double play I've ever seen in my life. Frelick hit the fly ball. I think it was Muncy hit the fly ball to center. It may not have been Muncy. Bases loaded, 1 out. Frelick goes back to catch it, pops out of his glove, hits the wall, and then catches it, which is not a catch because it's dead. The play is not dead, but the catch is dead. You can't catch it anymore. Off the wall, relays it back to home. I think it was Hernandez. Not positive on that either. It's been a couple games, and in between, double there. Will Smith was like, "What's going on? I don't know. What are we doing? What do we do?" Contreras said, "Well, I'll just run to third base and touch third base, and you're out too." Ends up being a double play. Go back and look at Sal Frelick out in center field. He goes, "What the fuck just happened?" He didn't even know what happened. He just got it, caught it, threw it in. It's like, okay, now what happens? Okay, you're out, and boom. And then moving on. So Dodgers up 2-0. Mariners up 2-0. I like the Mariners lineup. It's not a great hitting lineup. It's a pitching lineup. I mean, Bryce Miller, who hasn't had a great year for him, when he comes in and he's dealing, then you got problems because you got Kirby and you got Castillo, and I'm trying to remember the name of the. There's like they got 4 good starters there. And I'm trying to remember the name of the fourth one, but I'm blanking. But I am going to get it right now because it always bugs me when I can't think of like players' names. Gilbert. Gilbert's actually was really good this year. Kirby was kind of okay, but look at their ERAs for the year. Wu was 2.94. Every time I say Wu, I want to do the scene from Deadwood. Wu, who, Wu, who you? I can't say the rest of it, but it's pretty funny. Who, Wu? These cocksuckers stole the dope that you were going to give to me, and I was going to who, Wu, who, what? Glad to tell you that fucking word, cocksucker. What a great show. So Wu was a 2.94, Castillo 3.54, Gilbert 3.44, Kirby 4.21. I mean, they're pitching. I mean, they got guys, and when they added Naylor at the trade deadline and they added Suarez at the trade deadline, that just lengthened their lineup, which is good enough as is. But it lengthened it. Well, let me take that back. I'm not going to say good enough as is. Again, they're not a great lineup. They're a pitching lineup, and then Munoz is really good coming out of the pen. Spire's been incredible, so that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I'd be all in on the Mariners if it happened to be Mariners. I have a little bit of problem with Toronto. I don't want to root for Toronto. I don't know what it is about Toronto, but it'd be. I mean, I would, because it's anybody but the Dodgers. The only team I'll root for the Dodgers, and not root for the Dodgers, but the only team I won't want to see the Dodgers lose against the Yankees. All you guys are like Dodgers, F them. I'm not going to root for them against anybody. I want to see them lose against everybody. I'm with you, except for the Yankees. The Yankees is the Dodgers. Dodgers to you, Yankees to me. I can't root for anybody. I can't. Never Yankees. Never ever Yankees. Never ever Notre Dame. Never ever Boston Celtics. Never ever Dallas Cowboys. Those are just the never ever teams. And probably more than likely never ever Duke. There are just certain teams I'm not going to root against. It's not going to root. You're not going to root for them. And the Yankees are one of them. Dodgers are close. Dodgers right there. But they're not the Yankees. To me, that's the team I'm not gonna root against. So I got game 3 tonight. And this is a pet peeve of mine. I don't know why people say it's a must-win game. Why they can't wait until it actually is a must-win game. Like, we get the gravity of the situation here. We get that if you go down 3-0, the chances of you coming back and winning are nil. One team has done it. The Red Sox against the Yankees. What was that, 04? I got the year wrong, but everybody remembers the series. The Yankees, the Red Sox came back from 3-0, the chilling bloody sock and all that kind of stuff. Great series. Great series. Why was it great? Because the team came from 3-0 down. Why was it great? Because it was the Yankees that got their asses beat 4 in a row. So beautiful. Just the best. The team with the most championships is the only team to go up 3-0 and lose a series in MLB postseason. So beautiful. So we know it doesn't happen a lot, like once. But why do we have to say, why does everybody try to jump the gun? Does it make it sound like more authoritative? Like, hey, this is a must-win game. No, it's not. Not a must-win game. Here's the definition of a must-win game. If you lose the game, you go home. Or if you lose the game, you're eliminated from something. That's it. That's a must-win game. If they lose, Toronto loses, they're still going to show up for game 4. We know the chances of them winning the series again is minimal, like less than minimal, less than optimal, but it's not an elimination game. It's just not. Probably better win though. I would say it'd probably be a pretty good idea to win the game. Who's going tonight? You got Bieber and Kirby. And Bieber's been kind of, he hasn't been great. Pitched, let's see, last 2 games against the Yankees and Tampa. The Yankees was in the postseason. 2 2/3 pitched, 2 earned. Before that, 5 innings pitched against Tampa, 2 earned. KC 6 1/3, 2 earned. So he's had some decent starts. So I guess I'll root. I wouldn't mind seeing Toronto win just to extend the series. I hate short series. I want to see the series like continue. And what are the? By the way, do we even have posted starters for the Dodgers the next day? Glass now versus nobody knows. I don't even know who Milwaukee's going to go. Who Milwaukee's going to throw out there on the mound. What are their Peralta? Obviously not. Priester, no. Quintana, is he hurt? No, he's not, but maybe him. Man, what a mess. Mizorowski, maybe? You're in a rough spot when your pitching isn't. Yeah, there you go. You're in a tight spot when you don't know who you're going to pitch against the Dodgers. Like, I don't know who we're going to throw up there. And again, Glass now. Yeah, he's our third guy. We're good. We'll go Snell, Yamamoto, Glass now, and then you know what? Who should we throw in there? Number 4. Let's throw Ohtani in there. Let's throw Ohtani in there as our 4th starter. It's an embarrassment of riches. Absolute embarrassment of riches. And, they go out there and, anybody could have signed Yamamoto. He wanted to be a Dodger. He signs there with $300 million contract. Snell took the 1 year with the Giants, put himself back on the market, got the contract that he wanted, got it with the Dodgers. Glass now, I think that was a trade with the Rays. So you got, and then Ohtani, could have signed anywhere he wanted, goes with the Dodgers. And then Sasaki could have gone anywhere he wanted, goes with the Dodgers. What are you gonna do? It's an absolute embarrassment. It's an embarrassment of riches. So if you're a Giants fan, you hate the Dodgers. You don't want to see the Dodgers succeed. I mean, that's a rough way to make a living right there. And you're gonna have to hate a lot because they're not going anywhere. You need more. You need more pitching injuries this year. Is what you need. They've already been just devastated by injuries the last couple years, but you need more. You need more. You need more injuries. What you need. So anyway, if you guys want to chime in, a little baseball talk, we can do that. Sharks dropped to 0-3. I guess what is it? 0-1-2, 0-2-1. I don't know. And so I what is it? Win, loss, OT, loss. So I guess they'd be 0-1-2. I think. Yeah, they can throw Mizorowski. He's got great stuff. If he can get it over the plate. That's the thing about Mizorowski. He doesn't know where it's going all the time. Yeah, Sharks 1-2. Last night was the first night they were just owned. Carolina's just better. They just, I mean, they hung in there for about as long as they could. Eklund tied it up at 1 in it was at end of the first or early second. And then that was pretty much it. I want to make sure I get that right. I mean, Carolina is one of the best teams. Oh crap! Bunny caught the corner of my eye. I was like, "What was that?" Yeah, second period. And they scored, and then Eklund scored, and then it was like, "Good night, thanks for coming." But look, you're gonna have games like that. This year isn't about that. Dickinson was pretty brutal last night, but he wasn't. He's a young guy. Michael Misa, made his debut last night. So you had Dickinson, I think 19 makes his debut. I think Mises 19 made his debut. Smith is super young. Celebrini super young. Askarov was brutal against the Ducks. I mean, and look, it wasn't just him. You give up 7 goals. There's enough blame to go around. Everybody had a hand in that. It wasn't just your goaltender, but there were a few goals that were pretty soft that he gave up. And no, but I'm going to pronounce this son of a bitch's name right this year. I'm going to get it. It does not roll off the tongue. Nedeljkovic. Nedeljkovic. It's a ch sound. Nedeljkovic. Or Nedeljkovic. Yeah, Nedeljkovic. I'm going to get that right. Askarov's a lot easier to say. I wish he'd play more. But you're going to have to earn it because Nedeljkovic has played a lot better, even though he gave up 5 goals. What did we talk about at the beginning of the year? Blue line, maybe an issue. Goaltending, not really sure. One of those guys will have to step up and take, you would hope, one of those guys will step up and take that spot, being the number 1 goaltender. But to me, this year is just about watching the young guys. Next year is the year, like, okay, let's go. Let's start making a push toward the playoffs and get to the playoffs. And then the following year is the year I think you want to be like, hey, okay, now let's start competing for something like home ice, stuff like that. But for now, and I'm not hardcore. Maybe a lot of you are. Maybe a lot of you expect more. But I just want to see the young guys get better and play. And this is a long, long, long process. What happens when you run the car into the ground, which is what they did. I don't blame them for doing that. But when you keep all your guys for as long as you did, trying to win, and it just, it's hard. You go out and sign Carlson, for a lot of money, and you got Burns, and you got Joe, and then you take Carlson, and don't get Joe, and then Logan, dealing with some injury. I mean, hey, that was a great team forever. It really was. It's a shame that team didn't win a Stanley Cup, but I get why you go ahead and run that car into the ground. But when you do that, this is what happens. Either you can sell the car at like 80,000 miles while it's in good shape and get a decent penny back for it. But you're like, we got more in that car. Come on. Let's go ahead and push it. We got a chance to win. We got a chance to win a cup. If you don't win a cup, you feel like, damn, should have sold some of those parts, sold that car a little bit earlier. But anyway, I would think, if these guys pan out, and it looks like Celebrini is going to pan out, there you go. It looks like, Smith and Eklund, and we just still don't know about Misa Dickinson or Askarov or Makhmudulin, what those guys are going to end up being. But that's the hope. Drew was over here. We talked about it. Like, that's the hope. That's your core. And then look, if they keep rolling L's out there, they might have another top 3 or top 4 pick. At some point, you're like, okay, damn. Even if we're really good, we got to sign all these guys too. But that's a problem for a different day. So they're scuffling a little bit, but whatever. Can the young guys get better? That's really kind of where I'm at with that team. Are we back in the NFL now to like the Chiefs being the best team in football? Are the Chiefs the best team? Like Baltimore? Nope. Buffalo? That it seemed like they were. Then you lose at home to New England. You go on the road to Atlanta, get beat there. And I'm thinking, I still think they're really good. Green Bay, Leicester. I won't say the Leicester's fallen off, but it's like, they're not crushing teams. They're not dominating teams. It's not like, they're jumping out at you. Philly, not really. Not with Philly. Rams, Seattle, I'm not really. Niners, nah. I mean, let's see what the Niners look like when they get everybody back. But you watch the Chiefs now, and you're like, damn, they're going to get Rashee Rice back this week. Pretty good wide receiver core now. Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice. Not bad. Still don't run the ball very well. Which brings me to the one point I wanted to talk about, which is Patrick Mahomes. He's averaging 37 yards a game on the ground, which would be a new career high for him. I think last year it was 22 yards per game. He's running more. He's running more effectively this year. This is the Patrick Mahomes you saw during the playoffs. He didn't run much during the regular season, and once the playoffs came around, it's like, okay, now it's time to turn it on. He's risking a little bit more this year. He's like, you know what? I'm going to use my feet more. I'm going to be part of the running game. If we're not going to be able to run the ball, and they haven't, Pacheco's not what he was a year, 2 years ago. Hunt is like a short yardage guy, catch the ball to the backfield a little bit, but they just don't have much of a running game. But the passing game has been good, not spectacular by Patrick Mahomes standards, but very good. But he's adding the element of running now, which is what Josh Allen does, what Lamar Jackson does. They use their feet. They did the last couple of years a lot more than Patrick Mahomes has. Now Patrick Mahomes is saying, nah, I'm going to do that too. I'm going to do that too. We don't run the ball that well, but I'm going to help out with the run. And so I went and looked it up, and sure enough, he's matched his career high for touchdown runs in a season. I think 2022 he had 4 touchdown runs. He's already has 4 touchdown runs. He's on pace for double-digit touchdown runs. He's on pace to run for what? Let me figure this out. I like having my phone right here. I can just I don't have to wonder. It's like me and my friends always say. We go, I wonder what when was the last time this happened? And we'd always sit around and go, you know what? If only there was a way we could figure this out. If there's only a device we could look at and know the answer to that. But Patrick Mahomes right now is on pace to run for 629 yards. 629 yards. Never come close to that. But you watch him, and it popped out to me about the third game of the season. I was like, damn, he seems to be run a little bit more than he has in the past in the regular season. And yeah, sure enough, he's running more. And the muter. Who are you? Okay. The nutter butter peanut butter sandwich cookie. The nutter. I thought that was my daughter for a second. She hates the Chiefs. Didn't care about the Dodgers because didn't care about baseball that much, but hates the Chiefs. You guys would enjoy my daughter. Hates the Chiefs, hates the Lakers. Period. Wants the Lakers lose all the time. Wants to see the Chiefs lose all the time. Doesn't even matter who they're playing. And it's funny, at a certain age, like I feel that way about the Cowboys. And I wasn't even a Niner fan at the time. I was a Rams fan. And they always beat the Rams. And I just no. I want to see the Cowboys lose every single fucking game. And it's just the arrogance of the Cowboys too, right? The America's team crap. I hate that. But people of Haley's age, if you're a Niner fan, the Chiefs are it. The Chiefs have been the nemesis. They're the team you can't stand. They're the team that stood in the way of 2 Super Bowls. So I get it. I totally get it. But the Lakers, like anybody that watches basketball that's not a Laker fan should hate the Lakers. Why would you like the Lakers? Why? I'm not saying there's even players they have to hate. It's just the Lakers. Yeah. Just feels good, doesn't it? Feels like, should you like the Lakers? No. Should you hate the Lakers? Yep. I mean, yeah. Now, this is me growing up. I will pull for the Lakers because I grew up a Laker fan in one scenario. If they're playing the Celtics. Never Celtics. See, for me, it's never Celtics. For me, it's never Yankees. And that goes against the grain in the Bay Area. In the Bay Area, it's never Lakers, never Dodgers, period. And I totally get that. And I respect that. And I'm good with that. Except for the Celtics and the Yankees. And the Cowboys, too. But everybody around here says F the Cowboys too, so we're on the same wave on that one. Definitely F the Cowboys, and so we're all good to go. If you got any comments you want to get into, I was trying to think of something like really kind of. I got to think of like stuff. I could never. Nobody even knows who the Magic are, let alone hate the Magic. Why would you hate the Magic? That's the worst when you're a team nobody cares about. They don't even care. Ogden. Ogden loves talking about chili. He loves talking about chili. Now I did today. Yeah, today is a perfect day for. Although the sun's coming out, so and I can't just whip up chili. Chili is an all-day event. Chili is a weekend. Chili is a weekend deal for me because then I can wake up in the morning and get everything set, and then let it simmer for about 4 or 5 hours. Make it in the morning, simmer from like noon to 5, and then I can have it that night. Better if it's raining. I like chili. Like if it's raining outside, it's dark, it's dreary. And why are we showing that again? I have no idea why we're showing. Yeah, I know. I played it for the Magic. I was there. I actually lived it. The pinstripe. How come I wear two pinstripe jerseys? How is that even possible? Charlotte Hornets, pinstripe. Orlando Magic, pinstripe. Oh, that's a good look right there. Okay, go back to the cards that you see. You can see all the cards. $1.80. Go down to the one right there in the bottom right, where it's a jump ball. Make that bigger. Can you enlarge that at all? Okay, there you go. Can anybody? Boy, you guys would be good if you could figure this out. Who is that? I'm jumping against. Anybody? Can anybody guess $1.25 for that card? Yeah, I know. Honda says $1.80 for the last card. That's incredible. Those things aren't worth a nickel. They have not been the same since I was there. Since I left and Shaq left, mostly Shaq, not really me at all. So, well, yeah, I think Orlando's going to go to the playoffs this year. Don't forget they got Desmond Bane too, and Desmond Bane is really good. So they're really big, they're really physical. Can they shoot it enough? If they can shoot it enough, they might challenge a team like Cleveland for the right to go to the NBA Finals out of the Eastern Conference. So no one was able to get that, were they? Now it wasn't C Webb. That was Walt Williams, the Wizard, King's guy. King's guy. Yeah, that's Brent Jones. I'm sure Brent's jumping on here to listen. Came on Monday and said, "Yeah, I'm going to go back on the show, see what's going on." Yeah, it's a King's guy. Well done. Why do you think it's gross to eat something that's been stuck in your teeth for more than 5 minutes? I don't know. Did I say that? Why do I think it's not? Well, it depends. Is it your teeth? I mean, if it's someone else's teeth, then yeah, that's pretty filthy. Like if it's stuck in someone else's teeth and you pick it out and eat it, then I'd suggest you're a chimp or a baboon. Like you there's something wrong with you. But if it's in your own teeth, it depends. Yeah, usually I'll spit it out, but I could just as easily swallow it too. It depends. If it's meat that got stuck in there and it's kind of got that rancid metallic-y taste to it, then yeah, you're spitting it out. That's just gross. But if it's like a little piece of cilantro or something, whatever, then I'll just go ahead and swallow it, right? Cilantro is one of the worst foods to get stuck in your teeth. I can't get it out. And I love cilantro, but I got to get the toothpick to get that out. But yeah, if it's meat, you got to get the meat out because it starts getting, I've had that happen before and my teeth are awful, by the way. I got bad teeth. DNA did not bless me with good teeth, but sometimes meat will get stuck in there and maybe I miss it. And then all of a sudden you get a little sore. It's like, oh, great. I get infected. Meat in there, just still cooking in my mouth. Not good. Not good. Pop that thing out of there. Yeah, that one's not going down the hatch. What do I think about Westbrook joining the Kings? I love the Kings said he's or something to the effect perfect fit. If they're the perfect fit, they would have signed him 2 months ago. I think it was, what do we need? Who's left? Let's go get him. Like everyone knows. It's not like, well, can we fit him in? Like everybody knows who Westbrook is. Westbrook's super high energy. He can help you win some games. He can cost you some games. He can't shoot at all, which is interesting for the Kings. Because it's not like the Kings got a bunch of dudes on their team that can space the floor. So I don't know. I didn't love it. I don't love their chances this year. I love Sabonis. It was great when they had the Sabonis Fox combo, but they don't have that anymore. So I'm not high on the Kings. They had it. I thought we could have Kings Warriors playoffs for like years to come. So great. Fan bases were awesome. The building there is great. Golden One. The fans there were really good. The travel was awesome during the playoffs, right? 90-minute drive. I'm there. And then they just, no. That's the Kings, right? They pop their head up every once in a while and then go down under. Like a sub. Come up, go back down. Don't see him for a while. So, not much. Not much. I don't think it makes a material difference in who the Kings are this year. Hard liquor solves the meat and the teeth issues. Like how? Or just pour it in there and it dissolves the meat? I don't even know. I don't really like hard liquor anyway. So that doesn't. I don't need rancid meat and hard liquor in my mouth at the same time. You had cilantro in your tacos this morning. What kind of tacos you eat? Now breakfast tacos. Yeah, tacos to me. If you can get cilantro, cilantro should be on all tacos. Should be on all tacos. Yeah, I agree. Levine, DeRozan, and Westbrook. That's not ideal for the Kings. Not an ideal mix. Not what you want. I said this with the Warriors 10, 12 years ago. It wasn't just all the talent they had. It was how the talent fits together. The talent has to fit together. There's got to be a plan. There's got to be cohesion. There can't be complete overlaps of what everyone does well. What this guy does well, and that's why I always say that, okay, sterilize the infections. Hope he said he stopped drinking. It happens all the time. Well, you know what? You just tell your doctor then, look, bro, I need to get back on the sauce. You get back on the sauce. My mouth is in good shape. We're all good to go. But I've said this. I've said one of the reasons I think Steph and Clay is maybe the best backcourt of all time. And you could go West and Goodrich. You can go Dumars, Thomas. There's some others you might think of. But they complemented each other so well. They both shot the hell out of it. But Steph could handle and was a playmaker. That wasn't Clay's game. Clay could defend. That wasn't Steph's game. So they fed off each other. It's like a puzzle. And they were both supremely talented, and they just went whoop and fit. Like you look at Levine and DeRozan, it's like, And then you had Westbrook in there, it's like, It just, I don't know. But, or Ian said, or maybe just brush your teeth. Bruh, what do you think I'm an animal over here? Of course I'm brushing my teeth. But, you eat a taco. I don't bring a toothbrush with me to the restaurant. Maybe you do. Maybe you slip into the bathroom afterwards and brush your teeth. I know some people that do that actually, but no. Oh, you went chicken tacos in the morning? That's aggressive. That's aggressive. But yeah, Tacos to me, all you need onions and cilantro. Period. Little salsa, a little hot sauce, and you're good to go. Solid. But yeah, I'll get to the chili. Maybe I'll do a video when I cook my chili. It's just throw everything in there. I'll throw everything in there. And no, we're not going to get to that. I know Ogden's waiting for the. Yeah, talk about the no beans, beans versus no beans. He goes, people love that. Yeah, maybe when we do it. Yeah, I agree. It should be illegal to have tacos without cilantro, unless they're monster tacos, which, as we've all stated, they're not tacos. I don't know what they are. They call them tacos, but they ain't tacos. They're not tacos. And so, and when I go to get the street tacos, I get a carne asada, maybe one chicken one. I'll get a al pastor, maybe carnitas, and maybe two. Maybe two of the carne asada. You gotta get 5 of those things. It's like so small. It is tiny. Tiny. I know there was something I was going to get into, but I can't think of it. We'll get into more basketball next week once the season starts. Maybe I'll do like a little season preview on Monday. Sunday, I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work. I'll be here. Briggy won't be here. And there may be some shows that I won't be doing after Niner games, depending on Warriors' schedule. With the Warriors starting, have my first game, regular season game next week against the Nougats, the creamy Nougats. And so we'll get into, we'll get into a little bit of a preview. Spurs, Rockets, Suns. I'm the Suns. I probably won't touch upon much. Pelicans probably won't touch upon much. Jazz probably won't touch, but everybody else, I think it's kind of viable to make the playoffs in some fashion or another. I know, huh? Regular season's here. We got like a week before the regular season. That's why this is like one of the best times for a sports fan. Yeah, I like fish tacos, absolutely. And yes, pineapple in the you don't have pineapple, it's not al pastor, correct? I think you got to have pineapple to make it al pastor. I think that's kind of what makes it al pastor. So we went to Hawaii when we used to do the show in Hawaii at the radio station. We went over there for like a week and did the show. I had fish tacos every single night. 7 straight nights of fish tacos. And that wasn't a goal of mine going over there. I just found myself having fish tacos 3 straight nights. And then after 3 straight nights, it was a goal of mine to have fish tacos 8 straight nights. And if you're in Hawaii, why wouldn't you want fish tacos 8 straight nights? 8 straight nights of fish tacos. All right, I'm going to get on out of here. Before I do, let me say this. And I might start ending each show with this. Can we fucking get Sky Moore to not catch the ball inside the 5-yard line? Huh? How about that? We got a game. No, I'm not playing. The Niners have a game against the Falcons this Sunday night. Sky Moore, please, for the sake of my sanity and the logical side of me, I'm tired of the logical side of me screaming. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? It's like, I don't know. Like, the other side of me, it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what he's doing. And then the logic side gets pissed off. It's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Why does he catch it at the 2? Why does he catch it at the 1? Why does he catch it at the 1 and then catch it at the 2? Why does he keep doing this? He did it against the Cardinals. And then he's doing it again. Like, what's he doing? He's like a middle-of-the-road punt returner. Like, yeah, you got it out to the 8. What are the chances the ball's going to hit, doink, and then stick at the 1 or stick at the 2? How about just letting it hit and take a chance that it's probably going to go into the end zone? You know, do one of these where you're like going to catch it, and then take off. I just don't get it. And I'm sorry. It's something I may have to mention every show. That may be the new Dirk Nowitzki. shut it down, everybody go home. And maybe just don't fucking catch the ball at the 2. Sky Moore, I know you're not watching this. You'd be crazy too. Not going to make you smarter, I don't think. But I can help you out in this regard. If you just watch the very end of this show, just listen to this. If the ball is at the 2, let it fucking go. If you stand at the 7 or the 6 or the 5, whatever it is now, and you take a step back, let it go. Just let it go. KG said, watch him run back now. I don't care. It's still stupid. The chances of you running one back from inside the 5-yard line, I don't know what the odds are. But let's put it this way. The risk-reward ratio is definitely not in your favor. It isn't. But you know how guys are. Got to make a play, want to make a play, need to make a play. Yeah, but you're fucking your team is what you're doing. They always say that. Just stop. Sometimes making a play is not making a play. Is electing not to screw your team by saddling them with shitty field position. Because you know what the goal is when you get the ball at the 2-yard line is to get a couple first downs. You have no illusions. The chances of you driving 98 yards to score a touchdown, minimal. Even getting points out of that drive, not remotely in your favor. The best that you can really hope for is to get a couple first downs, punt it, and try to flip field position. Not put yourself in a shitty position. But what happens a lot of times, 3 and out, they get the ball at the 40 or the 45. Thanks. And hey, I don't want to hear that anymore. I just don't want to hear him trying to make a play. I'm gonna try. No. I know you're not getting any balls thrown to you. I know you get your ball, your hands on the ball, and you're like, oh, this is my time to shine. But you're not. You're killing your team. You're killing them. So in closing, stop catching the ball inside the 5. It is fucking stupid. Please, for the sake of Niner fans, for the sake of your teammates, for the sake of your coaching staff, and most importantly, for the sake of me, I'm tired of yelling at the TV more than once during a game. I'm tired. I don't want to. I just want to sit there and watch the game. I'm not one of those screamers and yellers. I'm not a guy that's going to end up on YouTube smashing my TV because my team lost or some calamity happened. I don't care that much. But yeah, I would like to see them win. But it just offends me. It offends me when anybody does it. It offends me when he's not the only one. But it offends me when people do something so stupid and it puts their team in a bad position. Like if you're a tennis player or a golfer and you want to do something stupid, go ahead. You're screwing yourself. I don't care. But when you screw your team, that's another issue. Stop fucking your team, okay? Inside the 5, let it go. Certainly inside the 3, let it go. And oh, just to be clear, inside the 2, let it go. Thank you. It's a public service announcement, and I'm Tom Tolbert, and I endorse this message. See ya.